Hey, welcome aboard. Come on in, have a seat. Hey, let me ask you something important. If you're at this crossroads right now, maybe this is your first time in sobriety. Maybe you're wondering if you should check into a rehab or start going to your local AA, NA, or Celebrate Recovery meetings because you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Which path is the best one? Hey, think on that for a minute. If you're finally serious about getting clean and sober, this video might be the one that changes your life. My name is Glenn, and I am a recovered alcoholic. I drank for 40 plus years, and by the grace of God, I've been sober now for over 5,000 days. Welcome to the channel, Aware and Convinced. Now, if you're ready to leave the old life behind and start building a new one, stick around. So I'm not going to rush in with a simple answer to my question. That would be unfair, because the truth is, it's more personal, more layered, and honestly more hopeful than most people expect. So I'm asking you to stick with me through the video, and by the end, I'm going to give you the answer, a clear, honest, and deeply practical answer to that question, one that could genuinely shape the rest of your recovery journey, or maybe even help someone that you love. Let's talk this through together, honestly, like two people sitting across the table, having a coffee, tea, or a soda. Some people even call it pop or tonic. Well, that's okay. Depends on what part of the country you're from. Okay, let's get serious now. I'm talking no hype, no judgment, just real information, so you can make the right choice for your recovery. Now, first, let's clearly define the main paths that people take when they decide enough is enough. Let's talk rehab, inpatient or residential treatment. That means you check into a facility, you live there full-time, 28, 90 days, it depends, sometimes longer. You're in a highly structured environment with medical staff, licensed therapists, counselors, daily schedule built around recovery. Everything, meals, groups, therapy, exercise, and sleep happens on site, away from your normal environment. If you have insurance, most of your expenses should be covered. I've heard that some employers will actually help you to get into rehab if they're aware of your particular situation. As a state or a county employee, you likely have access to support for drug addiction, including employee assistance programs. Those are EAPs for confidential counseling and referrals. You may also be eligible for job-protected leave under the Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA, to attend treatment, along with insurance coverage for rehab services. Then you do have AA and NA meetings that are free, peer-led support groups that have helped millions. Alcoholics Anonymous focuses primarily on alcohol, while Narcotics Anonymous covers other substances. You live at home, you attend meetings, usually 60 to 90 minutes as often as you need. You listen, you share when you're ready, you get a sponsor and work the 12 steps. There's also a powerful third option that many people don't hear about right away, and that is Celebrate Recovery. Now, this is a Christ-centered 12-step recovery program. It's hosted in thousands of churches across the country. It's built on the same 12 steps as AA and NA, but it integrates biblical principles and focuses on healing from all kinds of hurts, habits, and hang-ups, not just substance use. Meetings often include worship, teaching, small group sharing, and a strong emphasis on Jesus as the higher power. It's free, it's welcoming, and it's become a lifeline for people who want recovery grounded in faith. Many who feel AA or NA is too secular or who simply want a church family find the Celebrate Recovery to be exactly what they need. A lot of people, just like you, ask the same question. Can't I just do meetings, whether AA, NA, or Celebrate Recovery, and skip the rehab altogether? Let's walk through what each option really offers, what it doesn't, and how they can work together. Let's talk about the strengths and realities of rehab. When addiction has taken control, rehab can feel like a true lifeline. The biggest gift, of course, is safety. If you're physically dependent on alcohol, opioids, benzos, or other substances, sudden withdrawal can be dangerous or even life-threatening. In rehab, doctors and nurses monitor you around the clock, and they use medication to ease the worst symptoms so you don't have to suffer alone or risk serious complications. While you're in a rehab, you're completely removed from your everyday triggers, the people who use around you, the places where you used to get high, the stress at home and work that pushes you toward old habits instead of chaos. Your days have clear purpose, individual therapy, group sessions, life skills, classes, relapse prevention, training, exercise, healthy meals, and time to rest. The structure helps rewire your brain and body when you need it most. Professional therapy is another major advantage. You work with licensed counselors using proven approaches like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, trauma-focused work, and family counseling. If you're carrying depression around, or anxiety, PTSD, bipolar, or unresolved trauma alongside your addiction, good rehabs treat both issues at the same time, something called dual diagnosis care. That integrated approach makes a huge difference for many people. Being surrounded by others who are fighting the same battle creates powerful bonding and accountability. You're not hiding anymore. A solid program doesn't just send you out the door at the end. They help you create a strong aftercare plan with outpatient therapy, sober living homes, meeting schedules, and job or education resources. Of course, rehab isn't perfect for everyone. Cost is the biggest hurdle. A 30-day stay can run into the thousands, though many insurance plans, scholarships, state funding, or VA benefits help cover it. You have to pause your regular life, work, school, parenting, paying bills. That can create its own stress. Some facilities might feel too rigid or institutional for you. And the biggest challenge many face is that transition back to the real world after treatment. Without strong follow-through, it's easy to slip back into old patterns once the safety net is gone. Now, let's talk about the meeting-based paths that so many people rely on. AA and NA have saved countless lives since they began. Their greatest strength is pure accessibility. Meetings happen multiple times a day, and most are local to you. If they aren't local, there's always online meetings. They're completely free. You can walk in tonight, sit in the back, and just listen, or look up a Zoom meeting. No forms, no insurance, no judgment. You're finally in a room with people just like you who understand the shame, the cravings, the lies that addiction tells you. Hey, that simple phrase, "you're not alone," that becomes real. A sponsor, someone with solid time who's worked the steps, becomes your lifeline. They answer the phone at 2 a.m. They help you through the cravings, and they guide you through the 12 steps. Those steps aren't just suggestions. They become a practical blueprint for living differently, admitting powerlessness, taking inventory, making amends, helping others, and growing spiritually. Now, Celebrate Recovery adds another dimension for many because it's held in churches and openly uses the Bible alongside the 12 steps. It feels more like a faith-based community. Meetings often open with worship music. They include solid teaching from Scripture and create small groups where people share deeply in a safe, grace-filled environment. It's especially powerful for people whose addiction is tied to deeper hurts, shame, or a longing for spiritual connection. Many say the Celebrate Recovery helped them find not just sobriety, but genuine healing and purpose through a relationship with Christ. Both AA, NA, and Celebrate Recovery are built for the long haul. Rehab ends after a few weeks or months, but you can keep attending these meetings for decades. Regular participation, working the steps, and doing service work are strongly linked to lasting sobriety. Helping newcomers often becomes one of the most rewarding parts of recovery. But these programs have honest limitations. They can't provide medical detox or medication management. If your withdrawal is severe, meetings alone aren't safe. There are no licensed therapists on site for deep trauma work or serious mental health conditions. And many people attend for a short time and then drift away if they don't get a sponsor and fully commit to the work. If you're a veteran, you have even more targeted support available. Military service often brings extra layers: combat trauma, moral injury, PTSD, MST, and higher rates of substance use. The VA offers specialized substance use disorder programs at medical centers and clinics nationwide. This includes medically supervised detox, residential treatment, outpatient therapy, medication-assisted treatment, and dual diagnosis programs that treat addiction and PTSD together. Much of this care is low cost or free with VA benefits. If you're a veteran, start with 988, then press 1, or call your local VA. The Wounded Warrior Project has made a major impact through its Warrior Care Network. Veterans can access intensive, confidential programs at top medical centers that treat addiction and trauma simultaneously. They also offer Project Odyssey, that's an outdoor adventure-based healing, peer support, and other resources created specifically for veterans. These programs understand military culture in ways that most places don't. If you served, reach out. You've earned it. How do these paths compare in the real world? Well, research paints a consistent picture. The best outcomes usually come from combining approaches. Rehab, or VA residential care, gives you a safe, intensive foundation with medical support and professional tools. AA, NA, or Celebrate Recovery then provide the ongoing fellowship, accountability, and spiritual growth that help you maintain and deepen sobriety for years. Many rehabs actually bring in 12-step meetings and strongly encourage continued participation afterward. People who complete residential treatment and stay actively involved in meetings tend to have the highest long-term success rates. Rehab alone, without aftercare, can lead to quick relapse. Meetings alone work very well for some people, especially those with strong motivation and good support, but meetings generally aren't enough if medical detox or deeper therapy is needed. I believe that recovery is about far more than just putting down the drink or the drug. It's about real transformation. Two Bible verses that speak directly to this fight are especially meaningful to me. Isaiah 41:10, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you with my righteous right hand." When fear is overwhelming about this decision and your heart feels heavy, this promise reminds you that you are not alone, whether the help comes through a rehab team, a sponsor, a Celebrate Recovery small group, or fellow veterans who have your back. Romans 5:3-5 adds, "We also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame." So many people look back after years of sobriety and realize the darkest chapter became the beginning of their strongest, most meaningful life. Many people start with detox or short-term rehab for safety and stability, and then they move into regular AA, NA, or Celebrate Recovery meetings. Others begin with meetings and add more intensive help if they need it later on. There's no single right path, only the one that fits you and that you're willing to fully commit to. So, here's the big question. Can you get the same help from local AA or NA or Celebrate Recovery meetings as rehab? Here's the honest, carefully considered answer that you've been waiting for. No, you usually cannot get the exact same level of help from meetings alone, especially if your addiction is moderate to severe or if you need medical detox and professional therapy. However, meetings like AA, NA, and Celebrate Recovery are incredibly powerful, and the strongest, most sustainable path for most people is using both approaches together. Rehab or a VA residential program gives you that critical protected start, medical safety, intensive therapy, distance from triggers, and tools that you can't get anywhere else in the beginning. AA, NA, and Celebrate Recovery then give you lifelong fellowship, real accountability, the 12 steps, and a supportive community that keeps you growing long after formal treatment ends. They complement each other beautifully. If your substance use is heavy, you've had multiple failed attempts, you're battling trauma or mental health issues, or your home life makes staying sober nearly impossible, starting with rehab or VA care and then locking into regular meetings is often the smartest and safest route. Countless people who have been exactly where you are today say that combination is what finally broke the cycle for them. But if your addiction isn't immediately life-threatening, you feel genuinely motivated, and you connect strongly with a meeting community, especially a faith-based one like Celebrate Recovery, then diving deep into those rooms with full commitment can absolutely be enough for some people. The real secret isn't finding the perfect program. The real secret is taking action today and staying connected. Go to a meeting tonight. Make that call to a rehab or the VA tomorrow. Reach out for help. Whatever path that you choose, commit to it fully. Work the steps, get a sponsor, and never, ever stop growing. You don't have to do this alone. Thousands of ordinary people, including many veterans, have walked this exact road, felt the same fear that you're feeling, and are now living free, meaningful, sober lives, filled with purpose and connection. And the key word here is they are living today. Don't let your drug of choice take you out before the miracle happens. If this video helped you and it helped lift off some of the weight that you've been carrying, drop a comment below. Share it with someone who's struggling right now. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, okay? Turn on notifications so we can keep in touch and walk this road together. You've already taken a brave and important step just watching. That matters. Keep going. One day at a time, one honest decision at a time. You got this. Remember the 3 pillars of sobriety: trust God, clean house, and help others. God bless you. God bless our veterans. And don't forget, somebody out there loves you. We'll see you next time.